Okay, so I just want to do an update on the stuff I'm working on right now. So to start it off, yes, I'm making a fourth one of these on this in this pattern. But before I tell you what kind of steel it is, let me talk about why I'm remaking it. So my favorite one out of all the ones I have is this one, this knife. And this is the 80CRV2 version. I have this in CPM3V and Vanex. And even though Vanex out of all of them is the most utilitarian, it's the toughest, it's the like just in general, it's the best. If you're just going by use, the reason I like this one so much is because this one patinas. I know that's just an odd reason, but whatever. It looks like super nice to me. Besides that, this has great edge stability. The edge doesn't warp. I've chopped a lot of things so far, a lot of dry wood and just branches and stuff in general. Perfectly fine. The the toughness overall is absolutely great too, even though the tip is like really thin. I've hit a lot of things with the tip. Hasn't warped, hasn't had any problems whatsoever. The only problem this knife has is the edge retention. And in my opinion, I'm used to like materials that have higher edge retention than this. So every week I maintain this knife. I maintain all my knives if I carry one every week. So I'll oil them and then just sharpen them if they need it. But this one, yeah, it needs it more than most knives I have. And so because of that, I love that it patinas. I love edge stability. I just wish it would hold its edge a little bit higher. I decided to go with K390 for this version. I was actually able to find a piece that was like similar to this one. It does have some differences, and I'll just go over them now. This one is a little bit thicker, so it is. Instead of the 0.125 of this knife, this is 0.141, I think, thickness, slightly thicker. And it is a little shorter than this knife. And you can tell a lot more here. But this is 13 inches and a half. This is 13 inches. I decided to give this one a little bit more of a belly. I don't know if I'll still go with that or not. This is still in this is not like a for sure design right now. But yeah, as you can tell, there's a little bit more belly in the front on this one. It's a little bit shorter. But K390 should give me that edge stability. I should be able to chop through things, and it should be fine, in my opinion. I still have a learning curve to go for K390. This is like the first time working with it. But this should give me everything I want, including the patina. And we'll have to see, though. But before that, so this is the main thing I want. I'm looking forward to. So before I complete this one, I'm currently working on this one. This is what I'm working on now. And this one is also K390, same thickness, but this is a Tanto. And this is going to be like a test piece. So for this one, I thinned it down pretty thin before I sent it to get it heat treated, like basically as much as I could. And then I just sharpened it by hand on the end. I'm hoping to do this one down to a 0 grind. So just grinding it down to 0, super thin, just like the other knives I made. But I have to see how it reacts first, how the edge reacts with just chopping stuff. So I don't think this one will get destroyed, but I'm less concerned of just messing this one up than messing that one up later. So this is Argentinian Lignabate, and I am still doing a cross on this, even though it's not a coffin handle, because I'm going to do the same exact thing, this type of cross on here. And even though this is a coffin handle with a cross, it's also for grip. Your hand does get pushed into the cross a little bit when you are holding it. So for this one, I'm gonna do pins, so just like these, but all here, and then I'm just gonna dome them, all of them. So if you ever read, this is where I got the idea. If you ever read, what is it called? Huckleberry Finn. His dad has a boot with a cross of nails on the heel of his boots. And I've always liked that. I don't know why. In the beginning of the story, he steps on, they find one of his footprints and they know it's him because he has a cross on the heel of his boot. So same kind of idea. Instead of nails, it's going to be pins. And for sure, this will give me grip. So first, what I have to do, though, is I have to shape it, which is going to be a Coke bottle shape, just like this. And then after I shape it, then I'll put in the pins, and then I'll dome each pin. So we'll see. That's new to me. We'll see how that turns out. And the last thing, but this is kind of a ridiculous piece. So this is Magnacut, and it is 3/8 of an inch thick. All right, so the idea I have, this is about the thickest I could find, is, and this is going to be way later, I'm thinking of carving a knife, maybe, we'll see, completely out of this, so handle and all. This should be enough for a handle too, I mean, thickness wise. So just all steel, all just completely metal, and just carve a knife out of it. So we'll see if I can actually do that, but this is going to be way later. I have these two as a priority right now. Yeah, so the thought behind this is, so I've done tests, and if you mate two materials together, there's no way you can like avoid corrosion. So if I make one knife, I have one complete just steel that's corrosion resistant. Magnacut is, but it's not that corrosion resistant. It's nothing compared to Vanix and LC200N and H1 and H2 or whatever. But I can't find those steels in this size, so I'm just gonna try it on this, and then in the future, if I do find one of those steels, I'll do it again. But yeah, still going for the corrosion-proof knife idea. See if I can actually do something like that. Okay, all right, so any suggestions or questions, let me know.